Session 1, Course Introduction. Adobe Character Animator is an Emmy Award-winning desktop application software product that combines real-time live motion capture with a multi-track recording system to control layered 2D puppets. Session 2, Preliminary Setup. You can install Adobe Character Animator as part of the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. Often, new users can obtain the trial version of the Creative Cloud apps free for the first 7 days. Adobe CH is one of many Adobe applications often used by content creators. It can be beneficial to understand how Adobe CH fits into the rest of the Adobe ecosystem, which can typically also be loosely referred to as the Adobe Creative Cloud. Other creators use Adobe Creative Cloud applications or Go tools in concert with other software, such as Microsoft's PowerPoint. Notable Adobe programs that complement Adobe CH include Adobe Audition, which can be used to generate speech from text to augment your existing voice quality, or to improve the quality of your audio by eliminating long pauses from speech, removing background noise, and many more functions. Sound can also be added directly from within Adobe CH. Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator export documents that Character Animator is then able to turn into puppets, which have behaviors applied to them. Examples of more advanced puppet customization include making your puppets blink or breathe at predetermined intervals. The next steps are to download and install the program. You will need to allow Adobe CH access to your microphone and camera, so agree to do so when prompted. Once you install and open Adobe CH, you'll see a screen picturing an assortment of pre-built puppets. Before rolling up your creative sleeves and choosing whichever puppet you'd like to work with, please select Pro in the Pro versus Starter toggle switch near the upper right-hand side of your screen. Select any of the puppets listed on the main page. Please note, you may need to quit and relaunch Adobe CH once switching from Starter to Pro, or when starting a new trial. Lesson 3, Customizing your puppet. Let us examine a few of the basics surrounding the topic of bespoke puppets. If you don't like any of the pre-built puppets on the main page, click See More from the Adobe CH homepage to view more of them. Once you have selected your pre-built puppet, users will be brought to the Record screen from the home screen. The most basic customizing of puppets can be done from the right-hand panel on the Record screen. Under the Properties section, expand the Transform section, and then start adjusting the various items while gauging the visual impact on your puppet. In this section, you can adjust where on the screen your character will appear, and you will be able to adjust the overall size, height, and width of your puppet. Don't worry, because any of the changes you make here can easily be undone by clicking the X next to any single item to return it to the default setting, or by clicking the Undo Changes arrow near the upper right of the Record screen. Lesson 4, Customizing your background. From the Record screen, in the Scenes section, click the portrait icon near the bottom right of the Scenes section. This will allow you to choose from an assortment of preset backgrounds available. Or you can add backgrounds as well as any other images of objects desired for your scene by clicking on File from the Record screen and then Import from the corresponding drop-down menu. Once you drag them into your timeline, you'll be able to adjust their properties and on-screen position. Lesson 5, Timeline Basics. Whichever object is closest to the top of your timeline will be in the front of the camera shot. This means that your puppet would typically be on the top of the section with the background underneath of the puppet. You can click on individual items in the timeline once you drag them here from the project section in the upper left corner of the record screen. A good mnemonic device to remember how this concept works is to have your puppet be taller in the timeline, or go closer to the top, than the backgrounds, and the puppet be wider in the timeline than the background your puppet will be speaking in front of for that particular scene. You can also hit the red button in the Scenes section in the middle of your screen to record. This will record actions such as dragging an arm to make your puppet point at something at a particular time in the scene. Additionally, you can click on your camera and microphone in the upper right-hand section of the record screen to capture your own voice and movements while recording. You may also generate puppet-specific controls from the section on the left above the timeline. Lesson 6, combining audio and visual elements in the timeline. We'll be importing an MP3 for voice by clicking File, then Import, just like you did for the background. Then grab that audio clip from the upper left project section and drag it to the lower left timeline section beneath your puppet in the timeline. Next, select both your puppet and that audio clip from within your timeline so that they're both highlighted. Then click on the timeline drop-down in the middle top of the record screen. Then click Compute Lip Sync from Scene Audio. Also, in a similar fashion to the previous step, with both the puppet and the audio clip selected in your timeline, click Timeline from the drop-down menu, and then Compute Head Movement from Speech. These two commands will align your character's motion and speech. Each of these two commands may take a minute to process, but after they are completed, you can go back to the start of your timeline and then start playing by pressing the play button beneath your puppet. In the Scenes section, you may also use the camera and microphone to add speech to your puppet, but following the steps previously discussed will allow audio files to be polished up or edited prior to importing the audio file into Adobe CH. One key pointer before we get started with exporting is to click beneath the numbers in your timeline to adjust the length of your scene, also known as duration. Clicking in the same area also allows the user to adjust other items, such as frame rate and width. Once you make sure your character and background last an appropriate length by adjusting their width right to left in your timeline, most typically starting and ending together at the same time, go ahead and click File, then Export from under the File drop-down menu at the top of the record screen. Name the file and then inform Character Animator where to store it, what destination. For file format, choose H.264 MP4 and then save. The export may take a while in Adobe CH. If you do encounter any issues, make sure that H.264 is selected. You will then have a shareable file of your animation, which you can then upload to social media directly or import into a video editing program such as Adobe Premiere Pro for further adjustments like adding music, captions, subtitles, or other video effects. Best wishes to you in your future endeavors as an animator.